Hi guys, we're back out for another one. This time we've left the Bavarian stuff at home and gone a bit French. Managed to get Rob's thing out on the road. And what we're talking about here is the Clio 182. We're going to do a full in-depth review of this little pocket rocket. So let's have a look round. So what sets this apart from a normal Clio?
It's got completely different bumper and grills on it. The wings are slightly flared. And obviously you've got the 16-inch wheels. The 2 litres 16 valve
Badges.
Badges on the side, the little side skirt.
Front and rear discs.
Front and rear discs. Slightly less special. Spoilers slightly bigger on the back.
Yep.
Obviously then you've got the twin pipes on the back. And again the bumper's different again. And that's a telltale sign. Renault Sport.
And the blue. You can only get this blue.
Yeah.
Racing blue.
There's a 182 special colour.
Racing.
It's beautiful. It's a lovely colour.
Yeah.
It's a really nice colour. You don't see many of them around in this colour.
No.
But this has got both cup packs on it. So it's got a slightly lower suspension. I think the cup, that's a cup spoiler. I think it's slightly bigger. And it did have a front spoiler underneath the bumper, but this one's come off in an accident. Previous incident.
So, one thing that's probably fairly obvious to you guys, the condition of this car isn't mint.
No, it's far from
it. And it's fairly typical of what these cars are like now because they are so cheap to get hold of. People don't really tend to look after them that much. You can get mint versions, or mint ones even, but then they're few and far between really. This, we reckon, is probably worth about 1,200 quid. You can get some cheaper.
Yeah. But it does drive really, really well.
Yeah.
It's in the corners, well, you'll see later on, but they're pretty.
One of the most fun cars I've ever driven. It's outrageous how good this thing is.
It just wants you to wring its neck
for
up.
the money,
you can't get.
You can't get any.
If you're in the market for a fun car that's £1,500, you've got to have a look at one of these. You've got to go and test drive one of these because they are outrageous how good they are.
Yeah.
The thing that really makes it is the engine. It's a 2 litre 16 valve. Yep. 4-cylinder, no turbos here, just all out revving. Yeah, it was standard 182, obviously 182.
This one's got a few little tweaks on it, so it's probably pushing a little bit more, possibly 190 odd, I'd say, possibly. And the engine bay is quite tidy.
This is where Rob spends his money.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
You can see here that you've got the K-Tec racing induction kit, and I believe this has also got a cat-back K-Tec non-resonated
stainless steel.
Yeah.
It
sounds the nuts. It really does.
For a 4-cylinder engine, yeah, it does really sound amazing.
It's wedged in there, but
a big thing on these is the cam belt and the diffuser pulley, the phaser pulley. They have to be changed regularly, and it's quite an expensive job. Again, I think you're talking 600-700 quid probably at a specialist, maybe even more. So when that needs doing, people look to sell. So if you are buying one, make sure that's been done recently.
How many miles is this one on, Rob?
just hit 100,500.
Just over 100,000 miles.
Hit the 6 figures.
And it can deal, the engine can take the mileage, can't it? It's
yeah,
not,
I think
these are F4R engine.
Yeah. As long as it's maintained, it will keep going.
Yeah.
So, a lot of these are used on track these days, so a lot of people are buying them just to make track toys with them, which is a pretty good buy. They handle really well on track. And
they're good first track cars, aren't
they're
they?
wicked. They really are.
What age is this one?
This is an 05, so it's just coming up to 12 years old.
Any rust? Do they suffer from rust issues on it?
I haven't seen any rust on this Clio.
The bodywork, to be fair, is in fair condition. It really is.
Yeah. If you ignore the front, which is
The front end, obviously, Rob's had an accident, but yeah.
When you wash it and polish it up.
It does look nice. Yeah, it's a lovely colour.
yeah, it's a great colour.
And so inside.
So again, differences to normal Clio. The bucket seats. These are probably some of the most comfortable car seats I've ever sat in.
Yeah, they're actually really good. Actually.
They're amazing.
You've got the Alcantara as well, haven't you? Leather.
Alcantara leather.
Yeah.
They hold you.
And then you do need that with this
You've
car.
got the metal pedals as well.
Yeah. Metal.
And the steering wheels, again, notoriously bad for this.
They melt.
They melt.
They melt away. This needs to be changed.
This is warmed up. We've been driving a bit.
Quite subtle on tick over.
So this is just idling, warm idling.
That's the best thing about this is the idle sound and just cruising. It's no loud drone.
Or anything, yeah.
No drone.
When you get over about 5,000 revs,
Comes alive.
yeah.
Give us a few revs then, Rob.
That's not good, no.
Go on.
See, this is
It really does sound nuts. Yes. That's what this car's made for.
It's nice.
It does sound great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So its power delivery is pretty much 4,500 revs onwards.
Well, once you hit the 5, so they all seem to have a 5k kick. Once you get over that.
Which we're definitely into now. Hope you can hear it. It sounds pretty bloody good from in here. Standard power, 182 horsepower. This one's probably doing about 185.
Yeah,
Not much
not
more.
a great deal more. It's probably lost a few over 10 years.
Yeah. In a car that weighs just over 1,000 kilos, I think it's 1,050 or ish for the cup. It's quick. It is a quick car.
Yeah.
You can't deny that. Just grips and grips, isn't it?
When you put new tyres on it, the tyres are a bit more than One thing that is terrible about this car is the turning circle. I don't know why.
It's because the engine's so big.
Yeah.
You have to
It's
squeeze
the
it.
worst turning circle.
Rev it right out. See what it's like. Oh, that's the gearbox.
They like that in third.
Oh, that's savage. One of the weak spots on these cars is the synchro mesh starts to go. So if you are looking to buy one, make sure that it's got a nice crisp gear change, because when you get over sort of 5,000 revs, like in this one especially, it doesn't quite gel that nicely anymore. It's fine at lower revs, isn't it? But when you're driving it a bit harder, it crunches.
The problem is to get that changed as well will probably cost close to the value of the car. Even a rebuild is going to cost probably £700 or £800.
Which I think is why Rob probably hasn't done it yet.
Which is why I haven't done it, because it's just not worth it.
So probably the main reason why you buy this car is the way it handles. It is something else, isn't it?
For fun, I've never driven anything like it. I mean, for the price you can pick these up nowadays, I don't think you can beat it.
No, it just handles like a roller skate. And like it's such a small little dinky car with really taut suspension that's not overly hard, but the way it goes around corners, you just can't really describe it for what it is.
Oh, it's brilliant. The engineering from Renault for this car is spot on. Absolutely spot on.
I'd love to drive a trophy to see what that feels like. So that's a bit of a look at the 182. What a little beast.
Love it, lucky little car.
It's a great car to own, great car to drive.
And they're
Not
so
many-
cheap now, aren't they?
Yeah, for the cash you ain't gonna beat it.
Not many faults with it, to be honest.
And if we can't convince Rob to turn this into a track car, I think we're going to have to go out and get one
I
ourselves.
think we will. Yeah, I think it's one of probably the best way you can spend £1,000, £1,500 on a car at the moment, if I'm honest.
But that's another video. So we'll see you next time.